Reach advantage. Jai Herbert has 77-inch reach advantage. Ilia Topuria 69-inch reach advantage. And guess what, AJ? He's still a minus 440 favorite with a plus a 340 comeback for Jai Herbert. AJ, the question that I have in this fight is that Jai Herbert is clearly a skillful fighter. When it comes to striking, this dude knows how to put it on people. I mean, Herbert has won 9 of his 11 victories via knockout, 1 decision, 1 submission. He has been finished, however, in all 3 of his losses, and he's 1-2 in fights that go over 2 rounds. Now, Ilia Topuria has won 10 of 11 fights via finish, 7 knockouts, 3 submissions, and he has 7 first-round knockouts on his record. So with that being said, 7 of your 11 fights, you finished your opponent in the first round. If this fight goes 3 rounds with the Jai Herbert, how much grappling are we going to need to see from Topuria to win the fight? Or do you think he can get the job done on the feet? Because, brother, this is worse than the McCann-Carolina discrepancy. This is literally 8 inches of reach disadvantage. Topuria, you cannot hit what you cannot touch. And Jai Herbert knows how to use that stick, man, to keep you out at range. So, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, man. It's more of a reach discrepancies in the last fight, and Jai Herbert knows how to use it. He knows how to use his range. So I think we're gonna need to see a lot of grappling, coming out of the Topuria camp. Catch one of those kicks, jump in under that jab, whatever he needs to do, get on the inside, get this to the ground, finish the fight that way, because that's Topuria's best method of action, if you will. But I think Topuria is going to test out the striking a little bit. He's got hands, he has them. Yeah. But I think if he tests it out and starts getting caught up, we're going to see a shot happen very quick.
Well, so that's my question to you is, I mean, do you think Topuria comes in there and he just pushes the pace on him, he eats a couple of shots and just to get the shot in, you know what I mean? Like he says, fuck it, I'm walking through the fire, I'm going to dip and dodge, all that, you know what I'm saying? Shoot for that double, get in there. I mean, listen, 7 of his 10 finishes are via submission, my man. So if he goes in there and he tries to arm bar you, tries to triangle you, rear naked choke, whatever the case may be, we've seen Herbert get exploited on the ground multiple times. When he fought Renato Moicano, he got choked the fuck out, you know what I mean? But that's Renato Moicano, you know what I'm saying? He did have some success on the feet against Moicano. He knocked out Kama Worthy in his last fight. He did get knocked out by Francisco Trinaldo that 3rd round. He was winning that whole fight, man, and then he got starched. So this is tough. But this is a Cage Warriors dude, man. This is a former champion over here. So Ilia Topuria is dependent on the grappling in this fight. It's tough to see a reality. Like, is it tough to see a reality? I guess I'll form this into a question. To see Jai Herbert win 2 rounds and then Ilia Topuria come storm back with a finish, like, would that be shocking to you?
No, I feel like that's kind of Jai Herbert's style, man. It's happened to him a couple times, and especially it's hard against a grappler to not get that takedown ever. You know, if you completely avoid that takedown all 3 rounds, it's very, very impressive. Where it's easier to stay on your feet and stay striking, you know. So I think we could easily see that happen.
I could see it happen too, but at the same time, it's like that would be crazy, right? You would say, okay, Ilia Topuria, this is the dude who is, you know what I mean, supposed to be the next guy, right? You know, you're fighting this Jai Herbert. Why are you taking this step back? We want to see you fight for some type of contending spot here in the near future, and then you lose 2 rounds to a dude who is 1-2 in the UFC. Like, that would be crazy to see. Maybe Ilia Topuria's skill set is just that good to where he can just come in there. But if you look at his last 2 fighters, he fought against 2 dudes who don't have the greatest striking capabilities. He fought 2 grapplers, and he knocked out 2 grapplers, which is totally awesome. Now, he's going to need to be the grappler if he wants to have success. But it would be crazy to see him come out there and just be like, I'm going to strike with him. And we about to see, I got real hands. Watch me do this. I don't know, brother. I want to say that Ilia Topuria could get a finish win in this fight, but I think Jai Herbert is a lot tougher than people are making him out for. So, plus 340, underdog. Do you have any live dog odds on this one? Like, are you liking any plus money, or do you say, nah, all the safe pick, it probably is Topuria?
The safe pick is 100% Topuria, and that's actually what I'm rolling with, man. I'm going Topuria by decision, but at the same point, man, the striker can always get it done, especially because Topuria is a proud man, and he's going to want to go in there. I think he's going to want to go in there and test his striking out a little bit, prove a point, say, oh, yeah, you know, we're talking, I got all this beef on the side with Patty. I got some hands, too, and I got a ground game. I think that's kind of his mentality, and if he goes in there, gets taken out early, it's going to be a very rough one to swallow for him because Herbert has some hands and he's got that length. So I do think Topuria can get it done, but the safe picks. I do think Herbert can get it done, but Topuria is the safe pick for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I do think that it's going to take a little bit longer than normal for Topuria to find the legs of Jai Herbert. I think Herbert's going to be able to keep him at bay for a little bit. So I'm going to go late round 2, ground and pound knockout for Ilia Topuria. I think he gets the job done that way, gets the fight to the ground. Maybe can't sink in the choke, but he could drop some nasty elbows and bombs on top of Herbert. Herbert's such a skillful fighter, so I'm just like, damn, why is this fight happening? This is big risk for Topuria, more risk for Topuria than Herbert. So Herbert has nothing to lose in this fight. We'll see what happens. Also, the height advantage is the other thing, 6'1" to 5'7", man. So you have a little dude versus a really big dude. If the grappling doesn't work, AJ, Jai Herbert could win this fight. So, folks, I will say, you don't got to, listen to me. AJ maybe not be on board. I might throw a little bit of money on Jai Herbert just for listen, you take a bankroll, right? You got $100 in your bankroll, you throw $5 on Jai Herbert. Just throw it out there. The risk is very low in comparison to the reward that you will get at plus 340 odds. So just throw a little bit of something on there. But either way, that is your main card right there, folks. So